hello. It is about time you arrived. You were supposed to be here an hour ago, but that isn't your fault, I'm sure. So I won't hold it against you this time. It's quite an honor to meet you, Phoenix. I've been looking forward to it ever since you agreed to come work for the Foundation. I have to say that I'm very impressed with you and your work, which is why I sought to bring you into the fold, so to speak. You must understand, Phoenix, it's very rare to have someone like yourself here. Our Foundation has been operating for quite a long time, and we have utilized some of the most brilliant minds all throughout history. Our scientists have always been the pinnacle of intellect, and over the past few generations, most of them have been a legacy. They're born into the Foundation and the work that we do here. They follow in the footsteps of their forebears and contribute to the maintenance and the progression of the Foundation. So, in recent times, we have not contracted too many outsiders, except on very rare and very special occasions. You, Phoenix, are certainly one such occasion. I have been following you for some time, and I'll be honest, I've been keeping tabs on you. I've been curious to see where your studies and your research would lead you, and it has led you to some very fascinating places. And now it has led you to me. Allow me to formally introduce myself. I am Site Director Aurora. As Site Director, I am responsible for the continued safe operation of the site and all of its contained anomalies and projects. I am the highest ranking personnel at this site, meaning everyone reports directly to me. Meaning when someone asks you who you work for, you tell them you work for me. Any order or directive I may give you is to be carried out to the letter without delay. I have been doing this for a very, very long time, and I am very good at it. And I am very good to those who do very well. And Phoenix, I hope, I believe that you are going to do very well here indeed. I know you've been given a general overview about the Foundation, standard recruiting information, but now that you have signed your contract, I'm going to be going into a bit more details that you'll need to know, particularly about this site, because there is not another like it. I'll try not to overwhelm you too terribly. I'm allotting you the next few weeks to become more familiar with your surroundings and with the site itself. You'll be given extensive tours of the facility and document files that I expect you to read cover to cover, which I don't think will be a problem, because as I understand it, you are very keen to learn what lurks behind the curtains. But as an outsider, a newcomer, it can be very jarring to discover that something like the Foundation even exists. There are things here, things that are going to make you question everything you have ever known, ever believed, and ever learned. Things that will make you question the laws of the universe, and maybe even your own reality. Which is why you'll be fed information bit by bit. I don't expect you to be completely open, accepting, or understanding at first. It will take you time to get acclimated. It may take you a very long time, in fact. But as long as I am seeing steady progress, that is time that I am very willing to give you, because I believe that what you're going to give me in return will be very much worth the wait. You are one of the most brilliant scientists that, frankly, I have seen in the past 20 years. I think your contributions to the Foundation will be unparalleled. That's why we want you, and that's why I'll do everything to keep you. Now, the Foundation maintains and operates a large number of facilities worldwide, from small outposts with only a handful of staff to major sites with thousands of personnel, like this one. Our site here is one of the biggest sites on Foundation records. I have a lot of personnel, and I have a lot of anomalies. I run things a little differently here than other directors at other sites, partially because of how large we are, partially because we have one of the biggest collections of Keters, and partially because I know what I'm doing. There are a lot of sites, a lot of directors, but first and foremost, your loyalty is to me and to our site. If another director gives you an order, you are not to carry it out unless it has been cleared through me. No, this isn't something you'll need to worry about too much, as I have no plans on relocating you or loaning you out. Not for years to come, anyway. This is your home site. Now, I know that you were made very clear on the demands of your contract. You were extensively briefed on what all it entailed, so you know how important it is to keep things hushed. Foundation sites, for the most part, are covert facilities, meaning that while existence of the facility may be known to the public, such facilities are disguised under government or corporate fronts. Sites are often built in locations relatively close to civilian populations, where the facilities would require such cover. Now, it's a little different here. Because of how vast this particular facility is, it was not feasible to have it located in a civilian city, and we have hundreds of thousands of personnel. So it would be very obvious if they all began pouring into a whistle stop. So I had to get creative. The entire town that you saw on your way up here belongs to me, as well as the land extending 30 miles in every direction. The town is part of the site, and it's home to all of my personnel. We do get civilians passing through time to time, but they're typically dealt with very easily. The site is divided into multiple sectors or sections designed for a specific purpose. At our facility, we have something known as armed sectors. These are sections of the facility with abnormally high physical security concerns due to containment of violent, hostile entities. Because of this, we have permanent security personnel and we are armed with large amounts of military-grade weaponry. Some sites have this as a precaution against outside threats, but that's not something we need to worry about here. So, if you do see military personnel walking about, do not be alarmed. While we do have incredible numbers of hostile anomalies, we're actually one of the safest sites on Foundation record. Our casualty rates are very low, and I'm going to keep them that way. One of the ways that I do this is by training every staff member from research to secretary in basic combat skills. You'll be subject to this training as well. You'll be undergoing extensive physical and mental evaluations over the next few days. And you'll continue to be evaluated regularly. I know it is a lot to take in, so that will about wrap things up here. I don't want you to think that we're all doom and gloom though, so after you leave here you'll be escorted to some safe sectors and containments where you can see some of the anomalies firsthand. These particular anomalies with the safe classification are just that, completely harmless, just anomalous, and some very bizarre. A certain favorite of many personnel is SCP-999, which is sort of a gelatinous dog that eats candy, endearingly known as the Tickle Monster for a reason which will become quite clear to you, I'm sure. You now currently hold Level 2 security clearance, meaning you'll be granted direct access to information regarding anomalous objects and entities in containment, as well as direct access to some anomalies themselves, such as most in a safe classification. If you do not have any further questions, then my assistant in the hall will be waiting to escort you to your mentor. Your mentor will be assigned to work with you over the next few months, at least, to help you adjust to Foundation and facility life. Your mentor will have a direct line to my office, so if you should need anything or have any concerns, you will be able to reach me. Welcome to the Foundation.